at the airport and I'm off to Portland. So she said 6 shots off the rim heading into the weekend. Good morning, everyone. So I got in quite late last night, about 11:30, and I'm all checked in. And this morning I had breakfast and just getting some stuff ready for the show. So here's all the supplies that I've gotten ready, but basically most of the stuff is here. That's going to prepare for tomorrow's class. And this is my room. Of all movies I'm watching Schindler's List, and I'll be headed down to the show in just a moment. Just finished my first class and I didn't get much footage from the class, but thank you to everyone who did attend the class and just made the class so enjoyable. So thank you so much for coming. I'm just having a quick snack and then I have to do facilitate a panel between Jim of Heinz Pen Co. and Jonathan of Carolina Pen Company. I'll try and take some footage of that, but we'll see. I have barely even had time to get into the ballroom to actually look at all of the vendors in the pen show, but I will try to take as much footage as I can.
Where I lived at the time, the club did demos every month, and one of the guys did a demo of making a kit pen. And at the end, he's like, "I brought extras if anyone wants."
So as you walk into the ballroom, we start with Eric of Amarillo Stationery, and they're offering all of their special inks. And I love those hats. And then you've got patches and notebooks and stickers and washi. And this is Eric's first time at the Pacific Northwest Pen Show, and they had a fantastic show, Amarillo Stationery. So glad that Eric was also able to say hi. And then we have Tasha at the table next door. Tasha always presents such beautiful pens, a little out of my price range, but the presentation on these is just fantastic. And it's so nice to see Tasha at a show as well and seeing how the Pacific Northwest Pen Show is growing exponentially each year. Then we have Inkapet. This was started by one of the kids in the family where they 3D print ink sample vial holders or pen holders. It's just so cute and so great to see them coming out to more pen shows like the Pacific Northwest Pen Show. And then we have Magna Carta. They have the different sizes of their pens, but these all have their flex nibs. I've tried these before and they're wonderful, very soft flex nibs, and quite, I say, higher end and higher priced as well. But if you want a softer flex nib, this is one to try. Then we have Push and Pull. They offered, I think, different notebooks as well as different inks and some Tom Studio pens and a Banu as well. And I didn't get a chance to try any of their inks just because it was really busy, but it's nice to see them here. And then Kenro Industries making their first appearance at the Pacific Northwest Pen Show, along with their different brands like Schaefer or Ferris Wheel Press. And you've got Aurora here as well. That green Aurora was very, very tempting. And then you see Justin here posing, not sure what he's doing. And then at the Esterbrook table, it's there for a showing at the Pacific Northwest Pen Show as well. They actually had a pen show exclusive. I didn't get a chance to see it. I should have actually asked to be able to see it, but I think it was more like a black and white, like Oreo cookie type of pen, which is so cool to see that there was a pen show exclusive for the Pacific Northwest. And then they also had their Summer of Moomin items here. So they had notebooks and sticky notes and the tote bag as well. So cool to see. Then across the way was Blackwater Craftworks. They specialize in leather covers, and I love that their little mascot is the octopus. These are actually beautifully done, and you've got Tony there. Tony also has her channel, Little Dot Doodle, so go ahead and check her out. But they're items of like the leather, and all of these are handmade by her husband. Just wonderful. Then we go over to Oblation Papers. They have a brick and mortar shop in Portland, and they're also one of the sponsors of the show as well. They brought a huge selection of stationery and ink and pens, and I spent quite a bit of time at this table. I was sure that I wanted to buy some ink as well as some stickers because they brought a lot of Andoryllium ink as well as their own Oblation Papers ink. They even had a specific Pen Show special ink, and it is called oh my gosh, Multnomah Mocha. Then we have Jim of Heinz Pen. Hey, Jim, one of my favorite people at a pen show, and Heinz Pen Company are also, I think, one of the sponsors. But they have a specific pen show that collaboration that they did, which is called the Portland Pour. So they worked with Starry Night Resins as well as I think Pen Realm to create this beautiful pen, which I will be giving away in the next video. Then we have Cast Pens, I think a new maker that I haven't seen before. They were actually trained by Jim of Heinz Pen Co. So it's so nice to see that collaboration in the pen community. And then all of these vintage pens, they come to every show, and it's just so cool to see the amount of vintage pens they bring. And then we have, oh my gosh, I can't read that. More inks to try. Here, there's just great stations for everyone to try inks. And then we have Jeannie's designs and the beautiful covers and notebooks. And then we have Galen of Fountain Pendulum with all of her wood pieces for pen rests and ink sample vial holders. I love all of her pieces, and I feature them consistently on my channel because they are on my desk all the time. Then we have Kirk of Pen Realm. He is one of the 4 Nibmeisters here. So you've got Matthew and Gina as well. And it's so great to see Nibmeisters so well represented here. And then all of the pens and inks that Pen Realm bring as well. So it's not just the Nibmeister, but they also have all of these products. And then I was able to fit in some time with Kirk. I wasn't able to get a time beforehand, but he was able to fit me in, and I was able to get a needlepoint grind on my Esterbrook Esty. And it's so nice to just be there in person to get your nib grind done. And then look at all of these inks from Dromgools. They had a huge section in the corner of the ballroom with all of these inks. Yep, both sides of the shelf. And then they also have their stationery and stickers and pens and a huge showing of Dromgools, basically taking up this whole corner for all of their items. And then we have Oranga pens. I have never seen them at the Pacific Northwest Pen Show. I believe I saw them in San Francisco. And it's so cool to see them with all of their resin pens here as well. Really cool. And then Wonderland 222 showing off their notebooks and planners. They're actually coming out with a new fountain pen friendly paper for 2027 that I believe you can pre-order now and should arrive either in August or September. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that. And then last but not least, we have Jonathan Brooks with his Mountain of Chaos, which we happen to see every year. And it's always so fun to see Jonathan. He's there reading a lunch menu.
It's always the
And
chaos.
unfortunately, this is not all of the tables that I was able to capture.
All right, so we're at the end of day 1, and what a busy day, first with my class and then facilitating the panel. And oh my God, is that what my hair looks like right now? Like, it's been a very busy and full-on day, and the show just seems busier than it was last year, which is great because I'm loving that the show is growing. Even Esterbrook is out here, so it's been a great day. Let me show you what I was able to snag today. First thing I did get were actually the new inks from Amarillo Stationery, and Eric of Amarillo Stationery donated these for my class. So there's Blue Treat, Drama Please, Needs More Sun, and Not Too Much. I'm gonna have to buy my own bottles of these once I sample these out to my class participants. But then the stuff that I did buy, I ended up buying this Forever in Bloom coloring book, and I'm gonna use it with my fountain pen inks and paint in it. Then I also got this You Are Blooming sticker, both from Amarillo Stationery. Then I bought 2 inks from Oblation Papers and Press. I bought Sitka Spruce because I'm just on a green theme right now. And then Lupine Meadow. So I will swatch these when I get home. And then I got a sticker from Cast Pens because who does that look like? That looks like Lucy. And then a sticker from Heinz Pens. I will be doing a giveaway with Heinz Pens at the end of this video. And then I got a couple of things from Kirk, actually. I asked for the show nib, and then I got it ground into, it's an extra fine Imperial. And then I actually ordered a TWSBI from Kirk, and he ground this into a needlepoint for me. And then I also managed to sneak in and get a needlepoint ground on an Esterbrook Esty. So that's day 1 so far. Now I'm going to hang out in my room here, get stuff ready for tomorrow. And I'm going to be a little boring today. I'm exhausted, so I'm probably just going to have my salad, maybe get to bed early, maybe have 1 glass of wine at the bar, but I'm going to watch some Netflix, eat my salad, put my feet up, get some rest. Good night. Good morning. It is Sunday morning, day 2 of the Pacific Northwest Pen Show. I'm pretty much ready to go. Sorry, I was just watching a movie, pretty much ready to go. I am packed mostly. And then there's the stuff all ready to go for today's class. Now, the Pen Show starts at 10 and my class is at 11:30, and then my class starts at 11, finishes at 12:30, and then I'm literally leaving for the airport immediately after. So I'll try get some footage today, but we'll see.
So we've got a track ink tasting going on. We've got our shelter set up, and we also have Operation.
Yeah, on the other hand, I've been so far away. Yeah, and you're walking right now. Although they're teaching, yeah, right here. Yeah.
Hey everyone, so now I'm back at home, and I apologize for kind of the abrupt ending because I tried to film as much as I could on the second day, but the second day was just so busy. So now I'm back at home and I've got a few things that I do want to show you. So first, I feel like this is everything, but then I need to go through each one individually, and then I'll actually do a separate video swatching inks as well as a giveaway in the next video. One of the first things I received was actually from Rich of River City Pen Co. He sent through 4 nib holders to give away in my classes, and then he also gave me this one, this beautiful green sparkle contoured holder, as well as a couple of stickers, and then this really lovely rickshaw bag that I'll show here. Really beautiful. So thank you so much to Rich of River City Pen Co. for those. This one is a little bit more difficult to fit in the frame, but I visited Amarillo Stationery, and Eric was nice enough to donate some of their new inks. So Amarillo Stationery, Blue Treat, Drama Please, Not Too Much, and Needs More Sun. So they donated bottles for my classes, and there was just enough left for me to grab some samples, and I will swatch these in a different video, but I'm so excited. So thank you so much to Eric for donating those for my class. And then I ended up purchasing this Forever in Bloom coloring book. I don't necessarily think this is going to be the most fountain pen friendly paper, but I'm going to try and paint in it with fountain pen ink, or do like Zentangles in each of these petals. Like, that looks complicated, but I'm excited for that. But I was also talking to Eric about the possibility of them creating a fountain pen friendly coloring book. So I don't know, Eric, I'm totally on the lookout for that. And then I purchased this You Are Blooming sticker. So that is all from Amarillo Stationery. Then I had a few pen friends give me some ink. So I was given ink. This is Teranishi
Guitar Nostalgic Honey with shimmer added to it. And then this is Diamond Cocoa Shimmer. I've had this before, loved this, and then I ended up giving away the bottle, but I'm so excited. Ooh, look at that silver shimmer there. So I will definitely swatch this in the next video. And then a lovely pen friend gave me the rest of her bottle of Sailor Shikiori Yozakura because I've just finished mine. Like, where's the sample? Yeah, I've just finished mine. I think this was the last of the little sample that I have left from my big bottle. So thank you so much. I will again swatch these in a separate video, but thank you, pen friends, for bringing those to me. And then I also bought a couple more inks. So from Oblation Papers, but I also bought some stickers as well. So my first visit to Oblation Papers, I ended up purchasing their Sitka Spruce, and this is in the 30 mil. And then I bought Lupine Meadow, and this is in the 15 mil. I did not end up buying their ink of the year, which was, I forget the name, something, no, Portland Pour. Or, oh gosh, I'm going to get that wrong. But I did buy the sticker for this year's pen show, and I just love the way that that looks. And like, look, the straw in the bottom there looks like a nib. And then I bought the matching stickers to go with the inks that I bought. So Sitka Spruce, and I think this was Lupine Meadow, but I'm not sure, but it is for Little Craft Fest 2026. And then I ended up buying a Portland, Oregon sticker. And this, actually, I have a project that I'm working on where I get a sticker from every place that I have visited, and instead of putting it on my suitcase, I'm going to put it into a frame, and kind of like putting fridge magnets on your fridge, it'll be stickers all in a frame, and I'll have them all in one place there. And then they had this little stamping thing where it was one of those old stamps that it's so hard to explain, and I didn't film it, unfortunately, but there was a roller that rolled the ink on there, and then you press the stamp onto the paper, and it's just so cute. Love that little souvenir. And then I ended up purchasing this Bichotti. This is from Sticky Club, and I just love the look of those stickers. That's going to be great for journaling. So that is my little, I guess, haul from Oblation Papers. That's probably the most number of items that I purchased from a particular vendor. Then I ended up picking up my order from Kirk Spear of Pen Realm. I actually purchased this from him months ago and asked him to do a needlepoint grind on this, and then I picked it up at the Pacific Northwest Pen Show to save money on shipping and customs. So this is, ooh, so excited, the TWSBI Eco in root beer. How pretty is that? Now, I did end up selling my espresso bronze to fund this, and I don't regret that whatsoever. I really like the transparent brown of this, and then there's still a little bit of blue ink in there because of when Kirk ground it, but it is ground to a needle point. Let's do a quick writing sample of this here. Where's my notebook? So this is the needlepoint nib, and this is the TWSBI. Oh gosh, it's so smooth. Eco root beer, and I believe it's bronze in the needlepoint. Look at how fine that line is. I am loving that so much, and it's so smooth. Kirk definitely knows how I like my needlepoint grinds. Oh, perfect. Now, I know some people are going to be like, why do you need a needlepoint in that much, with that much ink capacity? I'm never going to fill it up that much, because if I do with a needlepoint grind, it's going to take me probably a whole year to use up all that ink. So I'd only ever fill this up just part of the way here. But I'm so grateful that I was able to find this at Pen Realm and still get the nib that I wanted. So now my 3 TWSBI Ecos are, let me pull them out here. I've got the cream rose gold, and then I have the, oh my gosh, which one is this one again? This is another bronze. And so the cream rose gold has a fine, this has an extra fine, and now I have a needlepoint. Oh, love those 3 together. So happy with that. So that's from Penrel or Kirk Spear. And then I also emailed Kirk beforehand and asked, because I didn't have an appointment with Kirk, so he was gracious enough to sell me or hold one for me beforehand, the Pacific Northwest Pen Show nib. This is an extra fine that's now been ground to an imperial, and an imperial is basically like the regular way is a cursive smooth italic, but then when you write with it the other way, it's like a broad or a monoline. A really fun nib and a really fun grind. So I was very happy that Kirk was able to do all of that for me. So that is from Penrel. Oh, and I also I was able to squeeze in between a couple of his appointments. He was able to grind my Esty in Evergreen into a needle point. Do I need more needle points? No, but I love this in a needle point. I also have my Esty Honeycomb in a needle point. I'm just really a big fan of the needle points or the extra fines, like ultra extra fines right now. So that is all that I got from Penrel. And then I bought this cute little charm handmade by Nina Chen, which is Matthew Chen's mom. And she is just the absolute sweetest. And I spent a lot of time talking to her, but I love her because she's like my pen show mom. She is always making sure that I've eaten or had something to drink and made sure I'm well rested. And then I bought this from her. This was $10 and such a cute little charm that I've now put on my passport planner. And then lastly, just some of the stickers that were free. So I got this unicorn autopsy sticker from Carolina Pen Company, and Jonathan Brooks did explain how they came up with this sticker, so that was really cute. And then I got this sticker from Wonderland 222. They're talking about how for their 2027 planners, they're developing another type of fountain pen friendly paper, and I'm really looking forward to that to see how that comes about. And then I got this one from Heinz Pen and Blue Printery, and I love that because Heinz Pen do the really pretty different colored plated nibs. So that's gorgeous. And then I got this one from Cass Pens. I had to get this one because does that not look like Lucy? Oh my gosh. And this dog's name is Winnie. And I forget what mix of dog. I think something Bichon as well. But just the coloring looks so much like Lucy. I had to get it. So that is my haul. So there's my overall haul from the Pacific Northwest Pen Show. And to be honest, I wasn't going in there looking for another pen, and I stayed well within my budget and didn't go way over it at all. I'm pretty happy with what I've been able to purchase here. And I'm also happy with where my pen collection is at, that there wasn't anything on my wish list when I went to the show. There wasn't anything that really caught my eye that I was like, I have to get it. I stayed well within the boundaries of what I wanted to purchase at the show. So yeah. All right. But that is it for me. Thank you all so much for watching. If you have any questions or just questions about even going to a pen show at all, please let me know down below. All right. That is it. Thank you again and have yourselves a great day.